housing we have doesn't work very well for the millennial generation. The form's wrong, the function's wrong, the social aspect's wrong, the geography is wrong. We all own all this stuff, or more accurately, all this stuff owns us. I think tiny houses are one answer in that they're small, they're simple, they're affordable. 68% of people who have a tiny house don't have a mortgage. They're an opportunity personally for people to find out what's really important and what makes them happy, which I think has a lot more to do with how you spend your time and a lot less to do with the stuff you own.
As an architectural designer, I'm fascinated by the way buildings can start life as one thing and end up as something completely different. And the first place we're about to see today is the perfect example of exactly that. This is Container City at Trinity Buoy Wharf in London's Docklands. It was completed in just 5 months in 2001. The original idea was to take discarded shipping containers and use them to make cheap office and studio space. So how do you make a container into habitable space? Well, containers are amazing things because basically they are just space in a box. They're incredibly strong. I mean, they're designed to stack up to 10 high. And despite this metal only being 2 millimeters thick, because it's folded into this corrugated profile, it becomes very stiff. And then you can just cut holes in it. These ones are round, think portholes. Put in insulation, electrics, line it out with plasterboard. Basically got a home. The first block, phase 1, was built in 2000. 12 containers measuring 40 feet by 8 feet and weighing 4 tons each were simply stacked on top of each other. Having got the hang of the basics in phase 1, with phase 2, they decided to have a little bit more fun and get a little bit more creative. Shipping containers are so strong, they don't have to be stacked one on top of the other. So here, they hang out over the top of each other. It's like a giant kid's toy. And that's emphasized by the bright colors on the different units. And I love the ingenuity. It's not just the balconies. They needed a lift, so they just turned a shipping container on its end and stuffed in the lift mechanism. I like that. Very clever. How suitable are they for sort of affordable housing, for actually homes rather than work studios?
Well, they perform really well. They're efficient in energy terms. But again, the key thing is they're really inexpensive. Around about 2/3 of the cost of a normal construction. And they're very fast. The time taken on the site is very short. The building we're standing in now, we put that up in 15 days.
Wow. What, start to finish?
Start to finish.
How long would a traditional building take to come up like that?
A year, probably.
And what do you think the lifespan might be of a well-looked-after building?
It should be like the Forth Bridge, indefinite.
The Hyven is a hotel structure designed by Hong Kong-based OVA Studio that allows containers to travel in and out of it. Offering maximum flexibility and mobility, the project envisions possibilities for applications such as emergency housing or medical care units. The rooms can be shipped to whatever location is required and used for multiple functions such as offices, leased to various individuals or companies who temporarily need space. Focusing on sustainability, recycled containers are used for the modular pieces that are then slotted and plugged in independently of what is above or under them.
Look around. Technology is all around us. We use it in every aspect of our lives. It enables us to do amazing things. But what if we could go further? What if we could go beyond the screen? Where your digital world is blended with your real world. Now we can. This is the world with holograms. What will they enable us to do? New ways to visualize our work.
I have an idea for the fuel tank.
New ways to share ideas with each other.
How are things going your end?
I just put the images in OneDrive.
Perfect.
More immersive ways to play. New ways to teach and learn.
So put the new trap in the place of the old one.
Now what?
And tighten here and here.
New ways to collaborate and explore the places we've never been.
Look at this formation. Let's take a closer look.
And new ways to create the things we imagine. Because when you change the way you see the world, you can change the world you see.
Well, the reason for the Hollow Room is that Lowe's sells amazing products, but it's really hard to figure out how all of these possible things might come together in a real space, in the real world. With the help of a store associate, you'll be able to walk through and build your room. So your kitchen, your bath, and you're able to build it out with Lowe's products that look incredibly, incredibly real.
There you go. All right, nice work. And now we can position that, get that just where you want it. So now we can go into the Hollow Room and check it out in full scale.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And then you're able to go in and put these goggles on and be fully immersed in the space that you just created.
Go ahead and just slip that on. And I'll be seeing what you're seeing here in the app.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's crazy.
You can move throughout various points in your room and view what it's going to look like, even changing materials like countertops, paint colors, or cabinet finishes.
I think we should change the paint color. I think we were looking at what,
Pacific Shoreline.
Pacific Shoreline. Can we change it?
I'll go ahead and change that right now. There you go.
Oh, wow. Oh, that looks much better. Yeah, it looks fantastic.
From there, you're able to take that room that you've built and you can port it over to Google Cardboard. It's a cardboard headset that you can take any smartphone and drop it into, and you can have a very similar experience to what you had inside of the store with you anywhere you want to take it.
You know, you walk out of the store, you have your finishes in your hands, and you have your Google Cardboard, and you can see your space when you get home.
A friend of mine in a different game said, hey, why don't you come on over? I know this game where you can build things and you can make things. And so I tried it, and I have not come out since that first day. You build things in Second Life using what they call primitives. Primitive is the basic building block of SL, and they can be cut or twisted or hollowed out to make different shapes. You take those shapes, you put them together like building blocks that you had as a kid, and you can make your table or your hot air balloon or anything that you want. Anything that you can think of, you can actually build. I made my first product my first day online. My skin line, which is called Naked, costs around 1,000 lindens, which is approximately, I'd say about $3.50 US. On the other hand, you have my clothing line, which things range anywhere from 800 lindens on down to 50 lindens. When you receive that virtual currency, you can actually sell it back on a virtual money market. In this case, you're exchanging linden dollars to US dollars.
He's a hustler, making mad money, living large in the land of the milk and honey. He got hot dates with Playboy bunnies, and his looks don't matter if the checks keep coming. They say, Daddy, have to drive a bring around your caddy. Escalade, and let's hit the stores, and don't forget Dior, cause I need a new pair of shades. Money talks and conscience walks when you're fulfilling all your freaking fantasies.
How cool is that? Honestly, I get paid to play video games all day. How cool is that?
The Avatar is a tabloid newspaper. We cover news, business, fashion, celebrities, travel, all sorts of these tabloid themes. However, we only cover Second Life. So all our content is based on Second Life. At the beginning, when we first looked at Second Life, 76% of Second Life were from America. Now you have over 60% coming from Europe. Registered people that have actually come and got themselves an avatar is at 7 million. So you've definitely seen a massive expansion in the Second Life population.
One of the fastest growing sites on the internet is a 3D world called Second Life.
There's been a massive hype. It's been all through the media, through the newspapers. There are so many big brands that have come into Second Life. Massive multinationals, big companies coming in and experimenting, getting feedback on their products. The question is, can Second Life make this progression to becoming a mass portal in the future? And of course that's unclear.
I think that what we'll look back on now in Second Life will have been the beginning of a proof on that. Things are real because they're there with us and we believe in them. And if they're simulated on a digital computer versus sort of simulated by atoms and molecules, it doesn't make any difference to us.
My name is Asri Falcone, and I am a content creator within Second Life. I have a housing company, and we create fully furnished homes. So when you come into this home, there is nothing you need. There is nothing you need to buy, extra furniture, nothing. You can just move right on in to your dream home. And we specialize in high-end and extreme luxury. You can actually have the house of your dreams within Second Life without the real life price.
All right, so what is the Nonprofit Commons? 10 seconds or less?
Well, we are over 60 global nonprofit organizations, and we are using the virtual world to fight for social good.
And now we can let the story unfold.
Second Life means my connection with the world. The experiences range across the whole human imagination. The cultural taboos are lessened.
All right, so what do we got here, Eddie?
Well, this is a coffee table edition of Love to Decorate magazine. 200 plus high gloss pages of inspirational design.
And all these products in there are made and sold by residents of Second Life? That's crazy. I thought all you can do in SL is 3D chat and dance.
Drexler, I don't know where you've been hanging out lately, but I seriously recommend you do some catching up on what is possible in world today.
If they're only...
Here's editorial clarity. For Love to Decorate is my magazine and website. We promote home and garden products from SL. Furniture, landscaping, garden accessories. We have writers, we've got a group of photographers as well. The money that we make from advertisers is used to pay the staff members. Love to Decorate magazine is really different from other SL blogs because we always decorate a house from scratch. It will be open for a certain number of days. People can come, look at all the furniture, get ideas for their own house. I'm not a creator, but I create spaces that I hope inspire people. I don't know why real-life interior designers don't use it. You can walk around the room with your avatar, you can get a feel for the size, the light. I don't know, it just seems more real. Before I discovered Second Life, I always wondered if there would be ever like a world where people live in the game and people have businesses and you make friends. Because at that point in my real life, it wasn't the best time for me. I was just finishing high school and I didn't do that great in high school.
Today, in this day and age, we all want a salad here in Boston in the middle of February when there's 6 feet of snow on the ground. It's a fact, but it's not possible based on all of these constraints in our region. But through technology and design, that's no longer a problem. So a leafy green machine is a 40-foot shipping container. So we use an insulated, sealed former reefer container.
The great thing about the leafy green machine is you can tune different results. So if you're growing specific crop types, you can really change the environment to maximize the output for different varieties. So one big part of that is light. Being able to turn the blue spectrum up and red down or reverse and find what matches the right plant attributes. Growing facility where all these settings are easily accessible through the app. It really makes anybody an expert in growing.
Our customers are probably the most exciting part of the business because they're a wide range. So we've deployed with large academic institutions feeding their cafeterias, multi-generational food distributors in cities, some restaurants and hospitality groups, and then the area that's probably the most dynamic and most exciting are small business farmers. So a number of husband and wife teams, single entrepreneurs, all over North America at this point, who are using freight farms to start a business and really supply fresh local food year-round.
The energy to run factories and cities comes from burning coal and wood, but now it comes from burning fat. Your fat. Brian McElhatton has the Earth Day deets.
Turns out getting fit uses a ton of electricity. While your waistline might be shrinking, the 24-hour gyms with their TVs, power-hungry equipment, and lights make your carbon footprint even bigger. But from the first green micro gym in Portland, Oregon, to the campus of Ohio University, fitness centers are turning their act around. Like this muscle shop in Scottsdale, Arizona.
The gym is called Off the Grid, and the name says everything. The more calories you burn, the more electricity you generate.
Eric Guilleminault is the owner.
I would like every single gym in America, or in the world even, to use this type of technology.
To start off our list of green workout machines, I hopped on this elliptical. It may be plugged in, but it's not taking energy out.
The energy that he's producing is harnessing up into that box right over there.
And from the box, it goes to an inverter, where it helps to power the lights and other electrical systems.
Do I get a credit now because I saved you some cash?
All right, the sharing economy is on the rise. A recent study finds 72% of Americans have used a shared or on-demand service at least once. WeWork offers customized shared office spaces for entrepreneurs. Its offices are home to 10,000 companies, and WeWork is now valued at, get this, more than $16 billion. WeWork just launched We Live, taking its concept from the office to the living room. Vladimir Dutier of our streaming network CBSN got a tour.
This is my new place.
Rachel Gutierrez was looking for a change.
This is the dining room and kitchen area. Lots of closet space, which is one of the big sellers for me. I have a bathroom over here and also a bathroom over here.
But the young entrepreneur wasn't drawn as much to the space and amenities as she was to the attitude felt on every floor of the building.
You can't really measure all of the other things that come with it. So the community, the people you meet, the events, those things that you can't put a number to.
Were you happy with it?
Very.
Yeah. That was founding partner Rebecca Newman's goal when she created We Live. The first location just opened in New York's financial district.
It's a new way of living, centered on community, and the belief that we're basically as good as the people we surround ourselves with.
Apartments are fully furnished and offer plenty of privacy. But it's what's outside your door that makes We Live different.
This concept that you're catapulted into the so-called real world, and it needs to, on some level, feel sad or isolating, we don't really subscribe to.
A bar, a group workout room, and a larger kitchen for family meals are scattered throughout the building.
Evenings, weekends, this has become one of the sort of hot.
Miguel McKelvey designed these spaces to encourage social interaction.
In a normal building, people don't care about each other. Here, people really do care about each other, and they talk about it like it's a family. They talk about it a place where people really care, really want to connect, really want to help.
For CBS This Morning, Vladimir Dutier, New York.
I would like to welcome you all to the grand opening of the Tech Valley Center of Gravity Makerspace. I have come to firmly believe that in and of itself, retaining young professionals in the region is an economic development objective. Many things will spin out from that. So I am particularly proud of the way that the young people have responded, but I'm also really proud that all the geezers, the people who are 35 up to 70 and 80, have also really joined in. What you see is an intergenerational thing, and this has grown at an astonishing rate. The reason it's grown that quickly, I think, is because this particular region has more geeks per square inch than anywhere in the country. And by that I mean artists, engineers, scientists.
This is a great space where people who have ideas can come and experiment, can come and try new things, can learn from each other, can build on the enthusiasm as well as the science to make great things happen.
You see people working on textiles, wood, electronics, robots, LED materials and lighting. Those ideas bounce back and forth and create incredible things that happen every day.
With the opening of the Tech Valley Center of Gravity, you're creating a community of people with knowledge and talent who can educate newcomers and introduce them to the possibilities that all this amazing technology and equipment around us can make available.
When we first came down here and sat at the Center of Gravity in February, back by the stained OTB carpet still there, we were happy to just have a desk away from the kitchen table. But it turned into a lot more than that. In the time since we've been here, we've almost completed 2 new prototype revisions in half the time we did our last one at. So I can make a part revision in 10 minutes, not 10 days like we had before. This is really starting to benefit more than just our company. Microorganic, Lib3, Nexus, and Drip Drop all work out of here and conduct crucial operations for their moving forward. We really had to fight tooth and nail for getting the basic equipment you see here now and getting used to it. Now I'm proud to say we have revenue in the company's books across all of our companies here. Not ours. We have 9 full-time employees across the companies, and we have over $1 million in financing deals from state, angel, and venture funds on the table for all of our companies.
Of the inventor who's alone in his garage, laboring in obscurity, is done. We live in a global world, but it's still hyper-local. Technology transfers with people, and that's what this is about. Coming together as a community, learning, sharing, reskilling, and going boldly forth. Thank you for being a part of it.